Dawg, what if the government shutdown isn't about politics or money? Think about it. Flights is grounded, airspace is about to be closed, and communication lines is going dark. Meanwhile, you got scientists talking about three-eyed atlas may not be a comet, and it's doing things that comets don't usually do. Said in reverse orbit, something in the back turned blue, it's headed our way, and you've been hearing chatters all year talking about aliens. What if this shutdown is really a lock-in, so we don't get to see what's going on from above us? If we can't fly, we can't see shit. What if they know something's up there? Or what if they know something is coming, so they're trying to use this government shutdown to keep us shut down?
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like they already got us shut down.
Which one? Squiggly ones. Yeah, the squiggly ones. Look at that. What is that?
That's funny.
Oh man, what is that? They're going crazy. They're all coming out. There's tons of them. Bro, they're all coming out at night.
They're going towards the light right now.
Bro, that's like 1 inch.
Look, they're going towards the light.
Yeah, they're all like 1 inch big. They're all coming towards the light.
Dinner!
Oh my God, bro.
Bro, I'm tripping right now because, like, I was just trying to trim some of the fat off my chicken, and I started realizing, don't this look like a human foot, or am I tripping right now, bro?
And I'm going to write the story soon. I know your PR people are asking, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, he used to be a regulator.
For crypto?
In life, a regulator.
What's that?
You don't know what regulators up your ass means? Yeah, I ain't been in business long enough.
When you read the book, The Last President by Ingersoll Lockwood, the same author who wrote the publication Barron Trump's Adventure. Now, when you get into the book, Last President, it's subjected to the Progressive Era and the Gilded Age during the times of the 1800s and the 1900s. But it's not only subjected to that timeline, because the book is a multi-dimensional publication that is actually talking about the timeline that we're living in right now, in between the years of 2025 and 2030. So there's a reason why Donald Trump, he said, so it begins. So this is the beginning points of the prophecy of the last president. Now, this is the first chapter of the book, The Last President, the first page. So when you break it down numerical codexes, you have to do a bait and switch with the numbers. So when you see the date, November 3rd of 1896, exchange it with November 3rd of 2025. So it says in the first paragraph, that was a terrible night for the great city of New York. But what happened during that time period, you know, in 2025, that's when Zohran Madani was elected. See, when it comes to numbers is the infinite information portal that's connected to the golden ratio that collapses time. There's a reason why people say that Barron Trump, Donald Trump's son, is a time traveler, because all this is based on chaos and order, which is the pillars of severity and mercy. Now, the book, The Last President, is based on destabilization and civil unrest. Now, watch this video of what Zohran Madani says.
So, Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
So that video shows you the climate of the political infrastructure, because the Democrats are operating outside of constitutional fold of government, because you're having a war within the government. The Democrats versus the Republicans, esoterically meaning Luciferians versus the deep state shadow government, which is why you see in all these industries basically going down, all the corporations, all the trafficking, right? And this is going to beget more chaos. All I'm going to say is that this game that we call life is about to get harder, because we're going through the great purification period, which is also a form of liberation. So the game is about to speed up. We about to go from all-star mode to Hall of Fame mode. because we in Endgame.
Now, it's no secret that Jared Leto's a little bit of a weirdo, but here's a lot of pictures from his actual real-life cult camp. It's basically a cult that he has on an island. So Jared Leto owns his own private island, and he actually runs an entire cult in this thing. And as you can see from the pictures, it's primarily a lot of impressionable women who are probably obsessed with him and his status in Hollywood. Do you really think that Jared Leto's teaching any of these people something that they really need to know in life? Or do you think that maybe he just sees an opportunity with many implications? I guess you have to be a little bonkers if you want to spend any time with this guy, with the guy who was crappy Suicide Squad Jared Leto Joker. You have to be a little insane if you want to spend time with this guy on a private island, so maybe it's fitting. These people actually pay money to be there and to be with him. This is insane.
If you're enjoying this video, I put several videos out a week. It'll be amazing if you hit the subscribe button and join me in the next video.
Oh. So you're telling me, after all these years, I've been sleeping wrong like this whole time? And that instead of my head facing the north, it's supposed to be facing the south? You motherfuckers. So you're telling me we can literally take back our energy by how we sleep? So apparently, this is how your bed's supposed to face in your room, completely avoiding the headrest facing north. Why is nobody talking about this? This is very important. And if I do decide to sleep to the north, I'm causing sleep disturbances, lower energy, and even potential sickness.
I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know sleeping a certain way, pointing a certain direction helps you. Did any of y'all know that? Let me know in the comments if y'all did.
Something weird is going on. Why is everybody passing out these last 2 months? We'll get to RFK in 1 second. We'll also get into what Trump said before the Ozempic executive fell down, randomly collapsed out of nowhere. So real quick, let's get into some honorable mentions. This right here was Elizabeth Land randomly collapsing on stage. Also from September, we had Loli Young passing out on stage. And then we have the Ozempic executive who just collapsed. But watch RFK. This is so weird. He looks at him, but watch the way he leaves. He just ducks right out. Is that not odd to you? Like that's extremely weird. Look at his demeanor. It's like he was sensing that something very wrong was happening in that room. Now this is where it gets really weird. He was talking about those things specifically, and he turned to RFK and said, hey, is there anything bad about these that we should know? Jokingly. Also listen to what he said at the very end.
Drastic discounts and really effective drugs. And so far, I've never heard anything bad about them. I only hear good about them. But is there anything bad about them, Bobby? I haven't heard anything bad. Someday, maybe it'll come out.
If you search all the collapses in the last month or two, you'll get hundreds. What is actually going on right now?
It's just lithium, H2O, of course, and thousands of minerals.
It smells like rotten.
You gotta get used to the taste because it makes you sick. And I've been getting sick from this. I feel like I'm 15 years old. I feel young, vibrant. Virility
is it 15 years old
back.
Because you might throw up? Like
No,
when you're 15 and you drink alcohol?
No. I just feel alive. I mean, everything's reversing, you know, on my organs and everything. You could tell. I mean, you could just see it.
3i Atlas sent a message to Earth yesterday, and it's changing everything and putting the world's top scientists into a tizzy as to what it means. And these are videographer images behind me of it passing through our solar system. But the top scientists in Antarctica, that base there, was like, we should listen up at it because like our ozone's thinner here, there's not light pollution, and they did pick up on a frequency, and it was like a binary formulaic Morse-esque code, and they captured it very clearly. They put an advanced AI algorithm, ChatGTP, and it translated what the most likely interpretation of it is. And it says, we sky cousins, we come peace, friends, we pass by to observe Earth. And then it says, we put man on earth millions of years ago. We return to elevate man. And then they ended the message with, hang tight, friends, hang tight. This is huge. There was another part of the message after they said hang tight that we haven't been able to interpret. We're working on it right now. We're tweaking the AI algorithm to see if we could figure it out. But follow along, and as soon as we're able to crack that code of what the last part of the message is, I'll share it out. But let me know what you think that earlier message.
Something massive is afoot right in front of us, and I'll prove it in 1 second. Unrelated, did you see what Tucker Carlson just posted? I'll be right back. And I mean really, stay till the end.
What are these lines in the sky that we have all seen?
They're sprayed particulate dispersion. Bottom line is, when we have up-close film footage of these aircraft at altitude with nozzles visible turning dispersion, this is not, quote, condensation. Watch.org is the only entity to sample what these heavy aircraft are emitting at altitude. We found exactly what we knew we would find, starting with the aluminum particles, bioavailable freeform aluminum to all life, period. That element is named in numerous climate engineering patents as part of a geoengineering dispersion element. This elephant in the sky.
So of course, we know all these people are just being downright bat crap crazy. We know. Like, what are they even talking about, right? But let me ask you this. The same video is posted on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. No problem whatsoever. Why now? By the way, TikTok, I'll sue you. There is something much bigger afoot right now, and it's apparent that the lid is being removed off everything under a certain circumstance. Would he have been able to post that video a few years ago? You know, the sky has been so clear and blue, the whole government shut down. Look at this beautiful night a few nights ago. Of course, the shutdown is completely 1000% unrelated to the sky. Why is there an X in the sky? At nighttime. Why now? Think. Bookmark, save the video, something is coming.
I don't know how it's possible, but there's a paper published in a science magazine that says they've invented contact lenses that can see in the dark. But that's not even the fantastic part about it. These contact lenses have not been able to be pushed out in the market yet because they say that with them, you can see dark entities that you can't see with the naked eye. I'm not even joking. So basically, how does this work? The people that are testing it, 90% of them have left the test because they got scared. They're horrified. What happened is, while they're testing the contact lenses, they say that not only you can see perfectly in the dark, okay, cool, but that there were beings that were dark with glowing eyes and elongated fingers. Then another guy said that if he closed his eyes, he could still see these entities through his eyelids. I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, meaning I know that you can do it with your third eye. I just don't understand how these contacts work, that you can do that. But anyway, and then another really weird, insane thing is that they can't put them on the market until they figure out how they can only see in the dark, because apparently we're surrounded by creatures, and the last tester, again, this is all alleged, I wasn't there, the last tester said that she saw this dark entity that lunged at her but then passed right through her body. So we're basically surrounded by these dark entities with glowing eyes and elongated fingers, and we're walking around them all day long, and you can't detect them, and so you don't know. Good thing is, if they jump you, they go right through your body and you don't even know. So, what do y'all think about that? That's something new, right? Cool.
So that story was so fascinating to me about the contact lenses that I had to look into it. And supposedly this is fake news. They can't see entities, they can't see ghosts, they can't see anything out the normal. This is just another internet story that people are running with to make content on the internet to entertain you all. Case closed.
Wow. Whoa. Ah. Yeah, I've just crashed into a river, dude. My car is just gone, dude. I'm in a river. The water's coming into my car. See ya.
real time. But let's rewind. Beyoncé has faced accusations of witchcraft more than anyone in the industry, and many of those claims came from people who actually worked with her. One of them, Jaguar Wright, even boldly called Beyoncé a witch. Kimberly Thompson, Beyoncé's former backup drummer, accused her of extreme witchcraft. Not long after, Kim found herself mysteriously blackballed from the entire industry. For years, Tasha K has raised alarms about Beyoncé allegedly being a certified witch. In a recent interview, a woman who identifies as a witch claimed that Beyoncé is one of them.
You guys are going to tell me you don't think it's suspicious at all with everything going on with the Charlie Kirk situation, that the same sheriff that was in 60 Days In, a show about people who literally go undercover, is the same sheriff that was there the day that they announced the arrest and identification of the man who killed Charlie Kirk. And that looks like quite an interesting ring. It almost reminds me of these massive rings Erica Kirk keeps wearing around town. Dead giveaway, by the way. Screams fraud to me. Not just that, but why do they keep using Jason Aldean to push narratives, to stir the pot, to push agendas? Just so happened to be his concert where 59 people were shot in Vegas. And only a few years later, it just so happened to be Jason Aldean posting the music video, Try That in a Small Town, to really stir the pot. And let's not forget the same sheriff who was involved in the Vegas shootings was also the same sheriff on duty barricading civilians into a wildfire in Lahaina. Not sure if you heard of it. Let's not forget he was also allegedly mentioned in the P. Diddy trial, where a victim went to him for help after she had been gang assaulted by Sean Diddy Combs and his friends, where he told her to go home and didn't even give her medical attention. Something is off with all of this. The odds of all of these people being connected to all of these nefarious things at the same time, slim to none. Slim to none, I'd say.
Okay, I had to delete the first half of this. Watching that video back, I'm about to show you why am I see-through. Hey, hold on. New location. What's the word again? What? What?
Okay, so I'm at a hotel right now and I just wanted, okay, don't mind the mess, but can someone please tell me what is this? Like, I just saw it on the shower and I'm like, what is this? Yeah.
A whole nother street. Chicago, what the fuck is this? Can somebody explain to me what is this? The basement of a city? The Chicago people, I need y'all to come to the front line because that was not a subway. It was given China. Guys, I did not know that Chicago has levels to this shit. What a crazy world.
I have to have you clear something up, though, if you don't mind, on the show this week. The last time you were on, we had a clip that got like 2 million views because you said something, and then people are actually attacking me saying, that's not really Bill Shatner. That's why I'm glad you're on video this time.
What did I say? I take it back.
I asked you when you were up in space if you could clear the air of letting people know, is the Earth round or flat?
And can you confirm that the Earth is round? Because there's been a lot of talk that the Earth is flat. Are you able to tell that from space?
No. I have not seen complete proof that the Earth is round. You can't tell me that it's round with any great proof, other than somebody said, oh, I went around it. Well, that's their journey. My journey is, as far as I'm concerned, the Earth is flat.
Interesting. You actually said to me that there was no evidence to you that the Earth was in fact round, and until somebody proved it to you, it was flat. That's what you said, and people went friggin' nuts over it. I didn't realize people would go that crazy.
The Earth is flat. The illusion is that it's round, but people are clinging to the roots of trees on the flat part because they've fallen through. So trees sending out roots are dangling there. They're the safety net for people holding on to the last moment. Then when they drop off, the mystery, the real mystery, is where do they go when they fall off the flat side of the Earth?
Very interesting.
Did that make any sense to you? Because it didn't to me.
Oh, I'm about to shatter y'all's childhood with this one. There's a rumor circulating online that Fred, Velma, Daphne, and Shaggy were all based off of real criminals who called themselves the Gang. So they weren't out here chasing monsters, they were really just running from the law. Their van called the Mystery Machine was real, and it was used for cross-state burglaries and identity scams. They operated between September in 1969 and October in 1970. It's also rumored that the show's creator met with one of the gang when they were institutionalized, and he later on got ideas for the show and created it, turning their story into something safe. Why the hell does it seem like everything's gotta be based off of something dark? There's always something more to what's going on than you realize. Now I'm sitting here wondering what other cartoons are based off of some fucked up shit. Like they were out here chasing monsters, but the whole time they were behind the wheel. This is also an urban legend, so take this with a grain of salt, y'all. But I wouldn't be surprised because there's always some crazy stuff going on. And Hollywood likes taking inspiration from real life, so I wouldn't be surprised if this ended up being true. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this.
Urban legend equals fake news.
This is the real reason why some religions ban pork.
Where they're putting human body parts into the pig supply and the pork supply. The Reynolds family used to own 60% of all the crematoriums and moratoriums in the United States and funeral homes. And they would dispose of bodies that way too. Pig farms. Pig farms. Because a pig will dispose. A couple of pigs will dispose of a body in 2 minutes. And
this is what you're getting.
That to the populace. Don't eat pig. But you should raise yourself. We've not strongly warned people against that enough. Parasites of hookworms are serious things. That's why a lot of Southerners are what Southerners are. Understand something. Southerners and a lot of their speech and their cadence and their rhythm is hookworms. 9 out of 10 times. Really? 1 for 1, they are ruled by parasites. Detox them, their brains turn on, and they're sharp and capable communicators almost immediately. Tapeworms and hookworms come pouring out of them. But they were mostly fed pork diets. Whereas out west, you see a lot less of it, and in the north, because beef tended to be the predominant thing. Sheep before that, but beef tended to feed them a lot more often.
Pork is some of the worst meat for you. It's just not a clean creature, so why would you want to put that in your body? As always, stay weird.
Well, Whistleblower has said that we've got until December the 19th to get everything sorted on the planet before the arrival of these alien beings, multi-species, coming on this planet, this Manhattan-sized craft, which is slowly making its way, going around the edges, letting everybody know that it's there, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's going to be havoc on the planet with these underwater volcanoes. At the beginning, it sounded intelligent what it was saying, because they were going into the German stuff and then into the Aryan stuff and the Black Forest and what they've done there. That kind of makes sense because I've researched that. But this that's going on December the 19th, I don't know. But you take a look.
And so there's a lot of agendas. Humans will find out that this has been a vast experiment and that the Earth actually...
And that's going to shake up every religion.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that's going to be, forget the holy wars with Muslims and Christians and all that. This is a whole nother set of issues.
Absolutely correct. That's correct. And that's why NASA is holding on to that comet explanation, even though it's not a comet. It's turned blue. It's accelerated. It has reverse thrusters.
Jeez.
It has no tail. It has changed emissions.
So what is this thing going to do? Is it going to plant itself over our planet until we all just look at it and then they come down in a tractor beam? I mean, what's it going to do? Is it just what's it? It's so far it's giving messages to our governments.
So what do you think? I think I've got a hell of a lot of things to clip together when all this turns out to be a comet, and it'll just be me looking at them, and I'll just do loads of funny little videos. I think that's what's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope December the 19th, just before Christmas, get a few aliens, stuff like that would be good. I just don't think so.
So first of all, it was coming at the end of October, this comet/alien ship, and now it's coming December 19th. Come on now. Really?
Something has to be said about these little kids who bow down when they hear Alexa or Google, or when someone says, "Hey Alexa" or "Hey Google." All these kids bow down. It's not just one, a full-on compilation of little kids being scared and bowing down. And I know what y'all are gonna say, oh, they're just scared. They don't know where their voice is coming from. No, you gotta understand, when you put these things into your home, these little kids are the closest thing to perfection that a human will ever be. They are the closest thing to God that a human would ever be. So when they see or feel, or even the little frequencies that are in these home smart boxes, like the Google Homes and the Alexas, these kids are hearing and feeling the frequencies that are being put out. Yes, it's all fun and games. It's fun to troll and laugh with them, but these kids are bowing down. And the question has to be, what are they bowing down to? And I know what you're expecting. Oh, it's demonic. Yes, obviously. Bet you didn't know that these Alexas and the Google Homes, they're listening to your conversations, okay? Some of them are even watching you, okay? And I guarantee that you guys don't even know that. Could it be a form of surveillance? Or whatever the case may be, kids getting in this fetal position and bowing down while hearing this should not bring laughter. It should bring concern. I would get these things out of my house if I were you.
Alexa!
Alexa, what's the weather?
Hey, Alexa.
Hey, Alexa.
Alexa. Alexa.
Alexa!
Alexa, what's my notifications?
Hey, Alexa. Alexa.
Alexa.
Alexa.
Alexa. Alexa? Don't.
Donna gets scared when I say Alexa.
Alexa, play Shake It Off.
I don't know about this one. I had Alexa for like 4 years, and I have a 5-year-old son, and he doesn't react like this when we talk to Alexa or name Alexa. So I don't know.
With something so utterly insane, there is no hell in the Old Testament. The word used is Sheol. And guess what? That just means the grave, the pit, the underworld. And here's where it gets even more insane. Not only is hell missing from the Old Testament, Satan isn't even God's enemy. He's literally called Hasatan, the accuser or the adversary. He's more like a divine prosecutor. Now, Jesus uses the word Gehenna, which gets translated as hell in English Bibles. Gehenna refers to Gehinnom, which is a real place just outside Jerusalem. It was associated with human. Some claim that it became a burning garbage dump. Jesus is saying, no, the kingdom, heaven, is inside you and all around you. And finding it is linked to knowing yourself. If people knew heaven is a state of being, not a reward, the whole religious machine collapses. No fear, no control, no revenue. So this is what mystical spiritual teachings have really been pointing to. Heaven and hell, they are inside.
I'm convinced that Michael Jackson lookalike thinks he is Michael Jackson. This man live streamed himself watching that trailer, looking like he was 100% disappointed. It was given, I should have been in this movie, and it was also given, they're playing me the wrong way. You understand what I'm saying? Look for yourself. Look at this.
Keep those feet still, my man.
Then I go down a rabbit hole and I see a video of him. He was in Vegas, old Las Vegas Strip. He's looking at a man performing, and this man that's performing is performing Michael Jackson songs, dancing like Mike. He doesn't look like Mike, but the way he's looking at him, like, it's like, okay, all right, that's me. Then he goes over there and starts performing with the dude. Another thing about that situation is somebody says something to him and he had his arms crossed. He says some shit like, I like to see people act like me. I'm really thinking that this man thinks that he is Michael Jackson. Again, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Please.
They are using music to control your thoughts and emotions.
Will someone please tell me how the hell we've gone
Listen.
through this? And take you home. And
Great
this
song.
was made for me and you. To this. Drop it on the bench, making nice. And this.
I wanna go. I wanna get. I wanna choke.
Yes, don't worry. I can tell you, the people in charge of the world notice that music can strongly influence or even control people's thoughts, feelings, and actions.
Yep.
They notice that music is peaceful and positive. The people who listen to it are typically peaceful and positive. They decided that people who are peaceful and positive typically aren't the easiest to control, so they had to start changing the music. They based all of the music around degeneracy, stress, and problems.
That's all you
And
hear now.
The people who listen to that music are stressed out degenerates with problems.
Yep.
Let's not forget how they literally changed the frequency of the music to cause even more issues. As wrong as it is, it's actually pretty smart if you want to control the world. If you don't want to be controlled, the best thing you could possibly do is listen to peaceful and positive music.
There's a reason they started tuning music to a different frequency. This is one of the ways we are being controlled, through music, through media. Be careful, y'all.
You guys, Jeffrey Dahmer and Taylor Swift are related. They are ninth cousins, and you already know me. I've got the whole family tree, so let's go. Okay, I gotta take you all the way back to the Mayflower because that's when their common descendant starts. And trust me, this tree isn't even complicated. So we had Richard and Elizabeth Warren. Richard Warren came over on the Mayflower in 1620. Elizabeth Warren came over on the Anne in 1623. She brought over the 5 daughters they already had with her. Then they had 2 sons in Plymouth, Nathaniel and their son Joseph. Now the son Nathaniel had a daughter Alice that goes down to Taylor Swift and a son Richard, which goes down to Jeffrey Dahmer. First up on Jeffrey Dahmer's side, this is Richard Warren from the Mayflower, and these are the descendants all the way down to Jeffrey Dahmer. On Taylor Swift's side, here we go, Richard Warren and Elizabeth Warren from the Mayflower, all the way down to Taylor Swift. Just in case you need to see it side by side for yourself, there at the top is Richard and Elizabeth Warren, and you can see it goes down to Nathaniel Warren, and then it splits at his children with Alice and Richard and the line down to Taylor Swift and Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, if you also want a little bit of a history lesson, their descendant Richard Warren was one of the original signers of the Mayflower Compact.
Here's a little PSA. Yeah, this is for someone. Maybe you. According to the world's top religious encyclopedias, thousands of faiths have existed across human history. People once worshipped gods like Ra in Egypt, Zeus in Greece, Odin in the north. With the same devotion, millions now offer modern religions. Empires rose, temples grew, scriptures were penned, wars were fought, and today they're mythologies, stories we tell bedtime, not truths we live by. So when someone says their religion is the eternal truth, the one and only way, just remember, every extinct faith claimed the exact same thing. And now they're the stuff of museum exhibits and history classes. Because the system of belief you were handed might just be the latest edition. And the questions you didn't ask might be exactly the ones you need.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
I think it's really freaky that people don't talk more about the connections that Epstein had in so many different worlds. So if somehow you don't know the Jeffrey Epstein story, he was arrested in 2019 and thought to be the head of a global network. And just a short while after he was arrested, he was found in a prison cell. Allegedly, he had taken his own life. Many people don't think that he did. And many people think that Epstein was because he had so much blackmail evidence on so many politicians, actors, musicians. So let's dig a little bit deeper into all of this. So this is Shantae Davis. She's one of Epstein's accusers. She was there on so many of Epstein's trips. She alleged that he assaulted her many, many times over the years when she was underage. And she saw lots of horrific things that were going on the island, in his private planes, on these trips. Here's a photo of Shantae and Epstein, but I want to talk today about a trip to Africa that this group took. So apparently some years ago, Shantae, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and some others took a philanthropic trip to Africa. But who was on this trip? Well, Bill Clinton was on this trip. There's photo evidence of that. I mean, here's a photo literally of Shantae massaging Bill Clinton's back while they were on this trip. Strange photo. Kevin Spacey was also on this trip. You can see Bill Clinton behind him. Here's another photo of Kevin Spacey and Ghislaine Maxwell. Kind of weird, right? Even Chris Tucker was on this trip. This is him and Shantae and some of the other women that were with Epstein and his crew. So my question is, what exactly happened in Africa? What were they doing? There are no real photos of any philanthropic event that they were attending. And for the life of me, I can't find any information about where they were going or what this big event with Hollywood celebrities and ex-presidents was. And I mean, there are just too many weird things about this. When Epstein's house was raided, they found this painting hanging up in his home. This has been confirmed. Even the artist who painted it has confirmed that Epstein purchased this from him. And people think that Epstein was because when he was hanging out, brushing elbows with all these elite people like ex-presidents, celebrities, other people that were super powerful, he was recording almost all the time. Shantae, who was present for a lot of this, even said that Epstein had cameras in places like the bathrooms, the toilets, the massage rooms, the living rooms. Everywhere on his property was being recorded 24/7. So I think it's very reasonable to think that with what was going on with Epstein, he would have a lot of powerful people doing terrible things. And what's one way to get him to shut up? Well, you can. I don't know. I just think this story about this philanthropy trip to Africa is so strange. Why did they go? Why all these famous people? Why is there no press about anything ever happening there? And once again, why with Jeffrey Epstein?
These videos are for entertainment and education. Real or fake, fact or fiction. Let me know what you think about these videos down in the comments section. I'd like to thank you for watching. Until next time, this is CYPTV and I'm out.